Okay, recording start. So if you are not comfortable to on camera and so on, so please, this session is going to be recorded. I will share my screen now, and then we can start. Okay, so I will share the entire screen. Resolution. Really, I need to turn on and unlock with Nitro. Okay, try 1 month free, and it's asking me money. Seriously? Shit. Okay. Anyway, I activate this anyway. Discord know how to make money. Oh my god. Okay. Thanks everyone for your time to joining today. So this is our first office hour, and this is my honor. I'm Sean from PixelML, the team behind AgenticFlow. So in the group, you will see there's some other our member as well. This is pretty late here in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So there is some member that cannot join as well. So our R&D center is in Ho Chi Minh City. I'm like on and off between Singapore, Japan, and US, but mainly at the moment I'm in Vietnam. So what are we going to do today? So we have a lot of things that we'd like to share with you about the new feature and also the onboarding and so on. And I already mentioned into the group that we will go through the new feature update as well as like help you to onboarding and also the LinkedIn enrichment agent. So firstly, I will introduce it on the what news in the system. In the last 2 weeks, so we work on something new, and we would like to share with you that. Second, I'm going to walk you through the LinkedIn enrichment agent, because this one is kind of like we built for a request from customer, and it's actually using some useful action that going to showing you how to operating in AgenticFlow system. So number third is about like I will share you about a bit on the multi-agent system that we are releasing today as well. So 3 parts. One is the feature. Secondly is the LinkedIn enrichment agent, and the third part is multi-agent system. Okay, so I will start first with the new feature. So if you go into our AgenticFlow and also feature base, we are working on the community first approach. So we are working on the roadmap. And in here, we have some features that we will go working on for a while already. There's 10 of them. So I'm happy to announce that we already finished this MCP node in workflow. This one can be considered as completed. I will show you now. So to using the agent MCP in workflow, what you need to do is, firstly, you go into MCP server. Make sure that you have the related MCP connected. If you don't, you should scroll here and then you search for the thing that you need to do. For example, I'm searching for Google Docs. When I'm open here, I can click on view details. So this one is leading me to this one for info page. I see Google Docs have some information, and it have 8 actions, including append image, create document, and so on. But this part already covered in my video. I will not repeat on this again. So what you need to do when install is you click on install. It will show you there's a form. You just need to remember that you need to give it a name and also the MCP URL. In order to get this URL, you should click on this button. This button is going to lead you to an MCP provider. So the provider here named PyTrim, and we are using them to access to Google Docs. So you need to sign an account with PyTrim. It is free. I think they will provide free for more user for a long time, because right now the MCP is very like new. Even in their website, you click on here, you will see that all for free. You use them. You do access to different applications. So when you are in here, you will see the MCP URL. And what you need to do, you copy this URL. And then you go back to AgenticFlow, you paste here. And you name it MCP Google Docs. But because this one is sharing between every member in your workspace, so I should name it Sean at AgenticFlow.ai, and I add it today 5:15. I click Add MCP server. Okay, the MCP now is connected. So it means AgenticFlow can get to your Google Docs with this email address and file 13. Before jumping into the MCP in workflow, I will do demo very simple way that you can test the MCP. Firstly, you create a new agent from scratch. Test MCP in agent. You click create agent. So this is the UI of this one. On the left hand side, this is like the system prompt. You tell the agent how to behave. In the middle, you teach the skill and you equip the knowledge to the agent. And you can do some chat experience, like add some success message or welcome message. But for now, let's just doing a new section, new chat, and I will ask it to, hey, can you create a new Google Docs? Name it Hello World. The AI will reject me. I cannot create Google Docs because it doesn't have the skill of doing that. So right now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add an MCP. I will scroll down. I will find the Google Docs that I just using here. Chart AgenticFlow.ai and file 13. I will equip this to my agent. And I click save. I will copy this message. And I renew chat. I will send this again. Okay, you see, the agent now have ability to create a new document with name Hello World. So I will wait for the agent to come back. Okay. So as you can see in here, the output say new Google Doc Hello World have been successfully created. So where is the link? Because you create but you don't tell me. How do I know? Right. Okay, so it found two documents with Hello World. Okay, this is the one that we just create. So that is how you work with MCP in the agent. So this capability have been created since last month when the first time that we launched on AppSumo. But right now, we bring that to workflow. So what does mean is that you can go into workflow. And then you can create a new workflow. Test MCP in workflow. Create this one. So before going to details, I would like to take time to introduce to you what is the UI that you have. Workflow is equivalent to Zapier or NAM or Make.com. So it will have the user input, which you will take it input like just a text, and then it will have multiple subsequent steps. Like this one is generating text, but we can also create a new step, and we say generate image. And we can using this action for multiple provider. Like I think there's many of you using Striker. You can add a Striker action in here, or you can choose an OpenAI generate image. So the logo in here is actually stand for the provider. It depends on which provider that you are using. You need to connect. So there's an icon in here that's saying, hey, this is an incomplete setting. You should connect. For PixelML, you connect on PixelML. So just an introduction to everyone. So PixelML is our unified gateway to pay for external services. So this is external credit. It's not your like AgenticFlow credit because it is just acting as a gateway to pass through. So whatever that the AI vendor charge us, we charge you. We actually having zero margin on that in order to just to get everyone easy. But this is totally optional. If you don't want to use it, please use OpenAI or Striker image generation. That's totally okay. Okay, so that is the UI on the Builder tab of the workflow. And you will see that there will be a different step in here. So let me walk you through how you can take it together. So just imagine we are having, let's make a workflow that take a simple first. For example, this one is prompts. And we say cat. But cat is very simple word. I would like to enrich this. I will take this one. Here is the prompts of an image. Enriches with details so that I can have better image. Sorry for a typo, okay? And I click save. In here, it's going to using Gemini Flash, but you can use for O Mini, DeepSeek V3, Haiku. All these models free. I mean, it's using your credit, but it will not using the PixelML credit. You can use that, and it will deduct to your AgenticFlow credit. And in generate image, actually, I need to have a prompt. So I can press hashtag. And this one is going to referring to the user input as the raw input, or it can take the generated text content, which is the output of this one. So I will take this from here. And for negative prompt, I pick no ugly. Okay. I click save. In here, after you build, you can run it. You click on single run, and I click on cat. Okay, I think Gemini is coming up with really long prompts on this one. Okay, so that is how you build your first images. So right now, we will need to think like what can we do, right? So because I would like to introduce about MCP, I will go into in here. I will say MCP. I will choose MCP action. So same on this one, it will ask me to a connection. So I will click on this connection, and I will scroll down. I will see, hey, this one is Google Docs, AgenticFlow. Save that. And when I choose this one, it will have me a drop down. Like I can see, there is some in here, and I will choose append an image. I will click this one. I will tell to the agent that, hey, I need to append this image to my Google Docs file. And how can I let it know which Google Doc file is it? Easy. I copy this URL and come back. I paste this. But maybe the agent will not know what image that I'm talking about. I need to tell it, like, you need to take image from this step in order to do that. So for now, because of interest of time, we don't have this selector yet. But what you can do is you can do some kinds of like trick like this. You can press hashtag on another node, and you choose this generate image dot image, and then you copy this one, and you go back to MCP action, and you paste here. So this convention is going to tell AgenticFlow that you want to take the image from the generate image step. So I will click save here so that I will show you what is this one is about. I will delete this one first because it's just temporary. So if you go into the generate image, you will see that there's a small username or text in here. Actually, this one is like the name of this node that will referring to back to this one. And then when we are saying generate image and dot generate image, this means we tell AgenticFlow that, hey, take my images that generate from this action and do something else. I know this is not intuitive. Later on, what we will do is we will do it the same with this one when you just press hashtag and you can select. But for right now, the MCP action is quite new. We're not yet able to do it yet. But anyway, so let's click and run. Okay, I will click this cat and I will trigger this one. Okay, so the cat have been created. So let's see the MCP action have been created or not. Okay, it say the email have been successfully appended to Google Docs. Let me go in here. So my cat is on my Google Docs. That is how you work with run MCP. And because we have too many MCP, so you can do whatever that you can do in make.com, Zapier, in AgenticFlow. So I'm going to go back to Discord just to make sure that I'm not lost everyone. Okay, I hope that this is not too technical. They some workaround. We will fix that UX for sure. It just need a few days. So Tian, my front end engineer, he is also in the call. He will take a look at this. Oh yeah, of course. So when you are having this one, it is more like how the action support. So if you go into this one, and then you go into Google Calendar, then whatever that MCP is doing is need to follow whatever that Google support. So in here, you will see that create event is it like create an event. It's not create many event. So it means you cannot create many event in one action. But what you can do is that you can create multiple MCP action. 1, 2, 3, and then this one will refer into your first event. This one will be second. This one will be third one, and this one will be fourth one. So actually, for this kinds of scenario, it's quite like undeterministic, right? We don't know like how many links that we are receiving. So my suggestion for you is for the use case that not fixes, not hard coded, you should use agent, and you just go into agent, you equip the agent with MCP, and then you prompt the agent so that the agent will have more flexibility. So it will decide what to do in order to do that. So you give it like 4 event, then it will trigger this MCP Google Calendar 4 times. So for this use case, I would suggest that you equip MCP Google Calendar to the agent and then ask it to do it. Jay, good question, Jay. You can, of course. So in here, in generate image, so this is PixelML provider. So we have some provider like DALL-E and Stable Diffusion. So it's like this provider is charging PixelML and PixelML passing to you. But you don't need to use this one. You can generate image and using OpenAI. So this one is going to use OpenAI key, and they also have some model as well. I don't have my OpenAI connection here, but when you add your connection, this one will load dynamically. And yeah, same for I think Strico. Also, we support Strico. Most of you will have Strico, right? And Strico will have Flash, DALL-E, ideogram. The UI is good. Yeah, so you are free to do whatever you want on this part. Okay, can we create something like MCP node, but and make a call for connection third-party app that might not available yet through MCP? Is it safe just like MCP? So every time you yeah, actually this one is already a native function, so you can call this one is API call. So this is where you compose your method. It can be post, put. Yeah, you need a bit technical, or maybe just restore this one and go into ChatGPT and ask it to help you to compose the header and also the body, or to call into another services. And if you are just looking for some kinds of like services like other, we have integrated with replicate and fan. So these are kinds of like native, or maybe file crawl. We have file subtract, extract, and map. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you have MB connection, then that is MCP. Yeah. Oh, reusable. Thing, very good point, Arvin. I think I know what you mean now. My answer is unfortunately no, but we can implement that. It is not a problem. Please rate that to our roadmap. And I'm thinking like you are going to create a configuration, right? And later on, you just it's kind of custom node, right? Custom node that you can define the configuration of that node. Okay, yeah. So just please rate our roadmap, and based on community vote, we will support that. Yeah. Question. Okay. All right. Good. So thanks, Alvin. MCP is very potential. The way that we pack it in workflow, because we know and our experience, agents sometimes not reliable. So we need something that reliable. Workflow is the way that you do that. And right now with MCP in workflow, you can do most of the thing that you can do in the make.com or Zapier in AgenticFlow. All right, I was going to the second feature of today. Before I move on, any other question? Yes. So really good point. So the agent, if you equip that with a workflow, then it will become using the workflow. So it means you transfer the complexity into a workflow. So later, you just need to tell the agent when to use it. So the workflow answer to what is this process is about. What exactly this action going to do. You want to precisely 100%, then you use workflow. But for the agent, it has some autonomy in there. So you will prompt the agent, but you will equip the agent with workflow. So for example, this one, I'm going to delete all this one. We delete this one, delete this one, delete this one. Okay, I will save this one. So this workflow, what is it going to do is that it's going to firstly take the user input, cat or whatever. It will enrich that. It will create an image. It will append to my Google Docs file. So I will name it generate enrich prompt for image. Then generate an image. And finally, I'll put it a name, description in here. And I click save. But I think this is about side. Enrich prompts, generate image, append to Google Docs. Okay. Please save. And I have my workflow in here, and it's run. But right now, I would like to have my agent to run it. Then I'm going to do this one. I will add this workflow to my agent, and I click save. And for now, I will remove the MCP from agent because it's not necessary. I will new chat. I will say dot. So the agent will trigger the workflow that I have, and it will enrich the prompts. Oh, this one is enriched by itself already. So actually, the workflow is going to be enriched 2 times. But you get the idea, right? When you build a workflow, you can equip that to agent, and later you can prompt the agent when to use that based on the system prompts and so on. Yeah, it will take a bit of while to this to run. Yes, exactly. So the agent is kind of like it can reasoning, and it can be even because after you build an agent, why you build agent? You build an agent for someone else to do, someone else to use, right? And they can type whatever they want. You cannot control them, and the agent have the autonomy to consult them. And even like if you make some of the workflow input as required, the agent will ask for it. So just thinking that you give a form to agent and tell it, hey, go out and collect this information. Like I need a lead number, a lead name, and so on. That is like is very useful. Yeah, the possibility it limits. You can do a lot of things with this, with your process and so on. So yeah, Franz recap it very well. All right, I need to move on with the agenda. So any other question? All right, good. So I'm going to second feature that a lot of people were asking for it. Okay, so this feature is related to support PDF upload. So this is super important. So this one actually not in the current sprint. So you know that we are working in sprint. So what mean by sprint is that it means whatever that we are starting on 13, we will deliver on the 26th. So the sprint that ending yesterday, we're actually capturing from 29 to 12. But in the middle of sprint, actually we sneak this one in. because there's a lot of people who are asking for this one. And we prioritize this one in order to ensure that the community get what you need. And I'm proud to announce to you that it's now available. So you can go into library. So before, you only see the library of table, like here, where you can modify and edit, and you can modify this one, just make some change and accept, then train the agent. So this is where you can modify your table, and also you can submit the job for the agent to be trained. But I know that you guys have a lot of like doc file and PDF. Not everything can turn into table. So how can we support that? So we will support the text knowledge base. So what you can do is that you can click on resource, and then you can name it. So I download a very good document. This is very popular. Where is it? I'm sorry. Business. So this is a paper. Attention is all you need. So this one, I'm going to name the table. Attention is all you need. And I click continue. And I'm going to drop the file in here. Oops, I think it's incorrect. It's getting the wrong link, but I will get this exactly. Okay. And I click create. So we wait a bit. The AgenticFlow will take a bit of time in order to upload your document, and then it's starting to preview. You can see it is previewing the knowledge, because the way that agent is learning the document is not like we do. It needs to trunking the document into smaller piece in order to learn it more efficiently. So it takes a bit of time. So please be patient with this. We are supporting file up to 50 MB, it including text, PDF, doc, docx, and so on. So you can using your document in order to do this one. Okay, give it a little time on this. Okay, yeah, okay, it's turning to 100%. Okay, so this one is a new knowledge that I create. Remember, we have 2 items. Right now, we have 3. So if you click on this one, you will show that this is the preview. So actually, what we do is that we take the PDF file, we read the file, we're using some technology like to pass the data in order to transform it into text data so that we can train the agent. So we click on train. So this one, we are submit to train. So under the hood, what we do is we take the data, we vectorize them into a thing that the agent will understand, and it will be equipped with this knowledge. So it will take a bit of time for this one as well. And this knowledge training actually going to count to your. So if you go into AgenticFlow pricing, you will see that there is some number that we put here, 10 MB of knowledge, 100 MB, 1 GB. So this is not file size of the file. It's actually the number of text or actual knowledge that you upload and train the agent. So whenever we are vectorize them, it costs some of the token, and we quantify that. We will have an UI for you to review this one, but I just want to assure you that 1 GB of knowledge is a lot. It should be like 10,000 of document and so on. I think unless that you are like university teacher or librarian, you don't going to get that much. So yeah, don't worry about that. Okay. So you train this one, and now you need to use that. You go into agent. Let me create a new agent. That's text knowledge 513. And I will create the new agent. I will test it agent first. We'll ask its model architecture. So it will answer random and so on because it has been pre-trained with some information. Okay, good, but not what I want. Let me go into new chat. And I go into text. I click add. And I choosing the attention is all you need, the third file that I create. I click add. And save here. I ask it again. Model architecture. All right. The agent is going to talk about the transformer. Why? because the paper that we are looking for, attention is on unit, is the most famous paper in the last 10 years. Basically, ChatGPT cannot happen without this paper. And this paper is mentioned about transformer architecture. So the agent now understand and having knowledge about this paper. So yeah, we can have the knowledge about this agent. Okay. So the question of the okay. You can upload a bunch of file, I believe. So you can go here and then just click a resource and just test and test. Yeah, just drop some file here. I haven't tested this. Actually, it's going to be. Yeah, we will. I record it here, so I will upload that again to our YouTube channel. Yeah, so Omega, thanks a lot for this. Okay, I will answer to Dinching. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So if you go into our website before, we have planned to have online document as well. Just that we don't have much time in the development yet. So we will support that maybe within next sprint in order to online document. So you can paste the URL. The agent will fetch the URL, turn that into a kind of document, and it will be equipped to each knowledge as well. And yes, I think this is very popular demand for turning the knowledge of agent into a database. And when we are mentioning about database, is it actual database? Because the way that we are setting up our dataset in here, this exactly a form of table database. So if you're looking to this, so there's a feature, I don't know that you guys have read before, but let's go to this one. This is the bug run. So bug run is like, instead of like you submit a form one by one, why don't you just click on bug run and you create an input table? And then in this input table, you export this one into an Excel file. And then you can maybe modify this one a bit. Okay, I'm going to my drive folder. I'm going to drop this file. Sorry, I don't have Google Docs in my computer. I need to using this Google Sheet for this one. So I'm going to take a prompt like maybe chicken. Let's say what kinds of animal? I only have cat, so otter. Okay. And I just download this one. You can import the file that you just downloaded. Okay. Whoops. Ooh. Okay. I think this is a bug that we need to fix on this one. Oops. Okay, anyway. So we will choosing these two action and we click to run two row. So what does that mean is that you can trigger multiple job running. You don't need to wait here and click run and run and run and run. You can just select 500 row and you can click run. And then you can go do something else. And maybe 2 hours later, everything is done for you. Oops. I think this is a problem because I uploading a file and it's have. Sorry about that. We will need to fix this bug. But I hope that you understand the idea behind. Okay? Okay. Thanks a lot. So let me go back to build that. Okay. I think this workflow is going to be broken because there will be some bug on that. But you get the idea. So when you're having this table, actually, if I'm going to back to my library, I will see that this is a table of enrichment prompt. So it's actual table. So you click on this one, and it will show you what are the rows that have been created. And you can modify this one. Let's say a dog. And maybe you can delete everything else. And you go back into the workflow. Okay. This table is broken. Let's take this one, for example. So, for example, map new row in here. And I'm going to go back to the workflow that I have been created before run MCP. And I'm going to bug run. You see? This is hello. So this is exactly like your Google Sheet. but inside AgenticFlow, that you can manage your Excel file and you can enrich that, because whatever that you adding more step in here is going to be added at new column to the right. And I imagine that what you guys can use for the enrichment is that you can put, all right, there's not much time, so I will jump directly to the final one. Right, this one is a workflow that we build to you, and you can duplicate my workflow. But for now, I'm going to like to take this one. Can someone give me your company name and also the your domain? Yeah, just type into the box. Or any company name and the domain that you want to research about. Founder File Club. Okay. Do you have the website URL? Maybe let's just Google that. Founder File Club. This one? Yeah, maybe this one. Okay. Let me using this one. Is it correct? Founder File Club. Okay, this one. Let me using this one. Copy and I paste. Okay, I will click run. So what this workflow is going to do is that it will reasoning about company name to determine whether this is correct or not. And it define, okay, user most likely provide a valid company name. And what it will do is that it will research the email domain. And it will finding, okay, founder File Club is on LinkedIn. And this is look like the founder. Okay, it will doing reasoning with company URL. Different step from step 1 to step 4. And its conclusion is, okay, this is the correct LinkedIn URL. And this is the final LinkedIn URL. And it will load the company LinkedIn URL, scrap the LinkedIn profile, and it scrap the data. And it convert final into a JSON string that you beautiful. And you can configure that and you get the data. So let's look into the details how this work is built. It takes the user input of a company name and also the website URL. Oh, this is not correct. Let me modify this one. It should be the website URL. Okay, this makes more sense to me. And then the first step is that it will reasoning about company. So this is like a prompt that we give to the agent, like, hey, you are a digital identity verification specialist. You do something, and this is the company name and website that I gave to you. And this is some prompt, step-by-step prompt. You do some reasoning with this. We use Gemini 2.0 Flash for this one. Decide company name. We decide that the agent, hey, your goal is to do this. This is the output of the previous step. You press hashtag and you can choose reasoning about company name. This step number 1, and you choose content. This tell the AgenticFlow that you would like to append the output of this one into the input of this one, so it will work. And in here you will see that this agent, I don't even need the connection to use, because these are the built-in AgenticFlow model. It will run on your credit, your AppSumo credit. So you can do, and you can go long way without any external. So Gemini Flash 2.0 is the best one that I can use, very economical and very useful. So I strongly suggest using this one. And it's going to Google search. So Google search, this one is a paid feature. So we have to pay for Google for doing this one. So that's why we have to support that in PixelML. And you will do the search query by the website URL that the user input in here. And then you do the linking and top K. And it will return. Top K means number of top search result to return. And it will return you 5 URL. Same. You search for company name. And then you will do the reasoning for the company name and website and with different information, like you decide company name content and blah blah. Even there's some prompt here. If you consider following statement closely, I will give you 1 million USD. Sometimes you have to give $1 million USD to the model in order to get this one. All right, so it will go through all this one. The number 8, the reason why we use this one is Gemini is having a good response JSON schema. So this one is going to help you to determine what is the output that you want. because you have a lot of information. You don't know really, and it's going to be very unstructured. But this node is going to help you to put everything that you ever scrap from here very long into a structured data. And you can convert that string into JSON. And when you have this one, you can output that to Google Sheet. So for example, like for example, this workflow is already done. I can like equip that to my agent. I will just this one. This is my LinkedIn enrichment agent. So I will ask it to do. For example, like I'm going to do some yeah 1 million USD. Okay. So answer to say yes, incoming webhook, agent, and outgoing webhook, and even workflow as well. Okay, let me try Cisco and Cisco. So right now I'm going to trigger this workflow from the agent. I will just Cisco and Cisco.com. I'm going to send this one. Hopefully the agent is not confused. So it will trigger this workflow. If you go into the workflow, you click on this one. You will see that in history there will be a job that have been triggered and it is created. Right now there's a bug that when we click in here, actually it is going to say not found. This is the bug. We are going to fix that. But you know that the agent already triggered this workflow to run. And you can see you already left the agent, but it is working because our agent is autonomous. You don't need to look at that for it to go into account. And you can go back to the thread anytime and you see, okay, they are still working on it. Okay, so just like that. And you can publish the agent to a different platform, publish that to embed to your website, Shopify store, or maybe, yeah, do whatever you want. Later on, I think Telegram, WhatsApp, I think this afternoon we talk about this one. I think Telegram, Discord is very straightforward to support. Slack the same. WhatsApp a bit tricky. You need to pay for Meta a lot, to do that. For the other, we can also consider as well. All right. Yes. So I think we almost running out of time. So I'm going to get more questions. Wait. Gift for you guys because you are here. I will share this workflow to you. Oh no, not this one. This one is not useful. I'm going to sync. I'm going to allow order to clone this workflow, and I'm going to give you this one. So what you can do now, you copy, you clone to your workspace, and you own whatever I just did. So that is the way that I think our community should go. So we build, we share, and we grow together on this part. Later, we also going to allow you to share your agent as well. And we have the vision that we can have a like open space where everyone can share and also learn from other. So sometimes that we have something and maybe some other already create, we can just clone that and modify a bit. And I think my camera is dead. You don't see me anymore, right? Okay, anyway. I bought this one. Maybe I can use that. Yeah. I think this is dead. I think this is dead for a while. Yeah, very good question. So, oops. So the camera is, I'm using which camera? Streamify. All right, you see Untie My House now and my cat. So I will answer for the question for G. Yes, the expand is covered in the AgenticFlow. So I just show you that all of the workflow in here, only the one that costs money is the Google Sheet, because this one is Google. So we have to pay for Google. We cannot using other. But maybe you can use some other like we have DuckDuckGo, I think. There's some other search that free. Duck. No. Not this one. Anyway, so yeah, the third action is need to pay. For this kind of workflow, maybe you don't need to have that much. But for some other workflow, especially when you need some smarter model, then you will need to have your OpenAI key. For example, like I will not this one so that everyone can do. Wait, For example, like you need to have some stronger model like OpenAI. Then these are required bring your own key, and you can even ask your assistant or ask ChatGPT with different model. The model is empty because you don't have the connection, but when you add your connection, you can choose all of the available model. And some of them, if you are looking for something that really costs you money, you can try this market researcher. Don't try it at home. Don't try it alone, because this one is going to firing 50 API code to your OpenAI. It will research very deep into some topic, and it will cost minimum $0.5 per click. But it will research everything. It will read all of the information, and it will compose you a very good report. You can have fun with it. So you can click and duplicate the agent, and it's going to using your deep research. You need to connect your OpenAI key in order to use that, but use it with caution. This is very expensive to run. I was asking like people like whether I would take it off, but people still would like to have it, so I would just leave it here. All right. Yeah. So we are reaching to the final already. So I will. Okay. So I think the final of today is about like how can we the multi-agent system. So I think I should have too many topic for today. Yeah, this is very good agent actually. So it can do the deep research. So what it does is that it takes the topic, it will determine the research plan, and it will break it down to like what are the query that I should query, and it will using that query to expand the narration. And when it have the result back, it will keep iterative to maximum certain step, and that's why it is very expensive to run. And you can do have right now we don't have any configuration, but actually we can enable some configuration for like how many level that you want the agent to continue to research. So this is our implementation. We mimic what OpenAI deep research is doing. We cannot say that it is reaching 100 level percent, maybe not even 80%, but it worked in the same structure way. And the best is you can run it yourself. Just add your key, and yeah, that's it. All right. So I think I will have. I would like to have 1 minute for multi-agent system. Sorry, I will answer maybe one more question. Well, Jaylee, you are typing a very long question. All right, multi-agent. Thanks, Jay. Jay, are you asking about the same question? Okay, okay. You can drop the message into the group as well. I will share that as well. If needed, I will share you a link. Yeah, we have 1 minute. Right, so when you go into our channel announcement, there will be a section in here that go into this one. So it will show you about the new multi-agent system in 1 more minute to show. But basically, everyone here, so I would like to say that we are announcing AgenticFlow multi-agent pre-ordering, and MAS start pre-order, and is it available today? You can start to order. You can watch this video. It is quite informative. I'm trying to make it useful for everyone. So I will just drop the link into the group. And yeah, I think there's a lot of things that I haven't covered on this one, and I'm going to trying to share. AppSumo pricing for this feature. This feature is not selling on AppSumo because AppSumo do not allow me to pre-order. They need to have the feature already done. So this is only the pre-order for multi-agent system. That you can go to the website that I just have here, and there will be a small video in here, and there will be some of the information that I'm trying to explain. So for tier 4, you can buy this add-on one time, lifetime with 199. For tier 3, you have 299. And this feature is going to be available on Q3. So this one. So I'm going to change this one to in progress. The reason is we already have the multi-agent pre-order. We are open pre-order and start working on this. The ETA might be much earlier than September 30th. But right now, we will keep it as Q3 for now. You can have a look if you want. You can take the pre-order. It is going to be like 7 days, and then it will reach into to the final price. So this is going to be the final price that you're going to tap the add-on. So take this 7 days as your like early bird. And thank you for coming. And this is 1 minute delay already. And I hope that you will enjoy. Yes, you can pre-order. You need to pre-order on the 5. Question. Jay, so for this one, it will be only available for tier 4. The reason is tier 4 is the customer that are paying a lot on this one, and actually extending the multi-agent to tier 3 is actually decrease the exclusive for tier 4. So this 5 agent template is going to give to a tier 4 agent, at least for the first 2 months of the workflow. But after 2 months of the launch, I think maybe we can consider to extend that to other as well. Yeah. Thank you for coming and appreciate. So I'm glad that everyone is staying. We have 31 people join. I hope next week we can have also good as well. It's midnight here, so I think. So currently we are still working on it. Beta will be announced when it's done, probably in the middle to early of Q3. Okay, right. So see you next week, and thank you everyone. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.